Already from where? Arabs, Pakistani, Bangladeshi, where were they from? They were Arabs. He's advising the Sahaba, teach your children Arabic like you teach them to memorize Quran. An Arab companion advising his Arab companions to make sure that their kids learn Arabic. As important as for them to memorize the Quran. This is the priorities of the Sahaba. Umar bin al-Khattab says, تَعَلَّمُوا الْعَرَبِيَّةَ فَإِنَّهَا مِنْ دِينِكُمْ. Learn Arabic because it's part of your deen. This is what he said. He said, لَا يُقْرِئُ الْقُرْآنِ إِلَّا عَالِمٌ بِاللُّغَةِ. Another statement of Umar radiallahu anhu. He said, no one should be teaching Quran except someone who knows the language. Because they can make mistakes. There's a famous incident of somebody making a mistake in Quran in the life of Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu. But the real kicker that I want to share with you, the one that when I read it, I had to stop reading. I really had to stop reading. In Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah describes a nation that Allah gave them a book before us. He gave them a sharia before us, and He gave them a book before us. So they had a messenger, they had a book, and they had a sharia, just like us. But they did not do justice to their book. And they did not do justice to their messenger. In one ayah, Allah describes how they failed with their book. Allah says, وَمِنْهُمْ أُمِّيُّونَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ الْكِتَابَ إِلَّا أَمَانِي وَإِنْهُمْ إِلَّا يَظُنُّونَ. Among them are uneducated, unlettered people. They don't know the book except their own wishful thoughts. And they do nothing but make assumptions. And amani means they don't know what it says, they just think they know what it says. This is what these people did with their book. Which book is it talking about? At-Tawrat. At-Tawrat. Now listen to this. The word that Allah used for saying that they don't actually know, they think they know, wishful thoughts, is the word amani. Amani. One of the great mufassirun of Quran, probably the greatest of them all, Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhuma, and Qatada radiallahu ta'ala anhu. When these people were making tafsir of this ayah, you know what they said? Amani ay tilawa. يَعْلَمُونَهُ حِفْظًا وَقِرَاءَةً بِلَا فَهْمٍ لَا يَدْرُونَ مَا فِيهَا. Amani in this ayah means that these people, all they did was tilawah. You guys know what tilawah means? Recitation. And then he went on and he described Bani Israel. How did he describe them? يَعْلَمُونَهُ حِفْظًا وَقِرَاءَةً بِلَا فَهْمٍ. They know it only by memorizing and reciting without understanding. لَا يَدْرُونَ مَا فِيهَا. They don't know what's inside it. They don't know the meanings of what's inside. When I said we teach our children, what did I say? What are the two things we're worried about? Recitation and memorization. Ibn Abbas is describing who? He's describing Bani Israel and their crime against their book. And he says all they do with their book is recitation and memorization, and their real crime is they don't know what it says. They don't know what it says. This description you take to the Muslim world and you say, find me a nation of people that love their book, that recite their book. For God's sake, they even memorize their book. But the vast majority of even the ones who memorize it don't know what they're reciting. Who does that describe today? It's a scary thought. That's a scary thought. Because that's not describing the Muslim in the ayah. It's describing Bani Israel, the nation that failed before us. It's a very serious issue. It's so serious that look at Ash-Shafi'i rahimahullah. His students are pretty much Arabs. So when he was about to teach them Arabic, they said, we don't need to know Arabic, we speak it already. And he said, إِنَّمَا أَخْشَى عَلَيَّ طَالِبَ الْعِلْمِ الَّذِي لَمْ يَتَعَلَّمِ النَّحْوِ. He said, the thing that scares me the most is a student of knowledge who refuses to learn, and nahu means grammar, Arabic grammar. That he might enter, أَنْ يَدْخُلَ فِي حَدِيثِهِ مَنْ كَذِبَ عَلَيَّ مُتَعَمِّدًا. There's a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ in which he says, whoever lies against me on purpose has guaranteed himself a place in hellfire. And he said, this hadith scares me about my students, the ones of them who don't take Arabic seriously, because they might end up making an Arabic grammar mistake in a hadith, and therefore they might end up saying something about the Prophet ﷺ that he didn't say. And what did he say about those kinds of people? They guaranteed a place in the hellfire. And these are Arabs, talking to Arabs. This is how seriously they took this subject. لَوَاجِبْ عَلَى كُلِّ مُسْلِمٍ, his fatwa. It's absolutely mandatory on every single Muslim. So you look at the Sahaba, you find the concern for Arabic. You look at the great ulama of this ummah, you find the concern for Arabic. Why? Because it preserves the deen. It preserves the integrity of the religion. It preserves the proper understanding of the religion. And probably most important of all, it preserves your salat. It preserves the experience you have standing, you and I have standing in front of Allah Azza wa Jal. When the Imam is reciting the word of Allah, we should be going through a spiritual experience because the word of Allah is being recited.